welcome everybody. Randy Replay is back. Acadac, rack, track, and stack 'em at 'em again. Oh boy. Minnesota Vikings football. On the air. Online. All across the SSN. Minnesota holds the #1 seed, but it is getting tight up at the top of the NFC division. As you can see, if the playoffs were to start today, this is where they would be. Hey, it's pretty close. I mean, we only have 3 games left of the season for this 2023-2024 year. What you see is what you get. Got the Giants here today, and then we remain home for the rest of the season against the Bears and the Lions. Not a whole lot to get to. Not a whole lot happened this week. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the injury report. Zadarius Smith still nursing that torn labrum. He will be out for a week. We do get Jaquelin Roy back. So the rookie who has sat out the last 5-6 weeks is coming back to the roster. So nothing really said about what kind of workload he's going to get. Coming back from a big injury like that, you'd think they'd want to, ease him back into the thing. So we'll kind of see. And then the Giants, of course, must be nice. No injuries. Oh boy. Yeah, it's coming down to the wire. Minnesota has not clinched yet. We're 1 win away from getting the division all wrapped up. Packers loss and a Vikings win would seal the deal. And then the Vikings win also helps out other teams in the lower seeds. It'll probably bounce the Packers and bring up the next team up. And then, of course, helps out the Falcons, as we do believe there still is a collision course in the NFC Championship game. So here we go. Before I say teams are taking the field, we finally have a game that's not on a Thursday night. As we will keep an eye on all the games across the bottom of the screen as this game goes on. As always, this has been Randy Replay. Kickoff. Week 16 is next. And hello and welcome everybody. It's cold outside, but inside it's a cool and comfortable, I almost messed that up, 75 degrees. JJ Justin Jefferson, J Jets, however you want to call it, having a hell of a season. 2 touchdowns off of the NFL record. Of course, we'll be watching that Bills game very closely as Jamar Chase is also 2 touchdowns off that record. Who will seal the deal this season? And then, of course, Minnesota wearing their throwbacks, the second best jersey in all of the NFL in Randy Replay's eyes. Here they are, here today, live looking. There's Anthony Richardson being introduced as the teams are now on the sideline. My heavens. This season has a little bit of everything, but as of late, Minnesota not getting a good completion percentage. They are throwing the ball down the field, just a lot of interceptions coming across for Anthony Richardson. That is the key of the game for the Vikings. And then for the Giants, just go out there and play your game. You're 7-7. There it is, the blue-clad Santa Claus. Over there on the other side, he will have a game plan implemented, and it's up to us to stop it. Minnesota Vikings have won the toss, have elected to defer to the second half. We are going to get set here to kick this thing away. Joey Sly's left hand raised in the sky. And kaboom! This thing is underway. US Bank Stadium. We finally get an afternoon game. And another touchback. So that'll bring this offense out to the 25-yard line. Let out by this guy. Oh boy, here we go. Jalen Hurts. 3,922 yards, 33 touchdowns, 11 picks. So Jalen Hurts, the mobile quarterback, gonna have to. It's kind of tough to say. I wouldn't play contain until he gets away a couple times. So Minnesota will deploy their 4-3 defense to start the game. Obviously playing run. There's a handoff. Saquon Barkley After getting hung up on a guy, he'll get about 8 yards. So Saquon, however you want to say it. 23 carries, 110 and a touch last game. That'll bring up 2nd and 2 as he rips off an 8 the first time toting the ball here in this one. Little movement by the Vikings defense. Hurts out of the gun, gets the snap, throws left, caught. Just shot. No, they're going to give him the first down. Got 2. And here we go, Jarvis Landry on the catch. So Minnesota back in their 3-4 showing blitz. They will back off. Throws left, incomplete for Hurts. So Jalen going back to that left side, incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Jalen Hurts, another throw. Flushed, and he can run. And he slides down. After a gain of 6, that'll bring up the game's first 3rd down. And we'll see what they want to do. Minnesota showing blitz. That is a give to Saquon. It's a play action, rather. Hurts, flushed right into the awaiting hands of Danielle Hunter, who will record. That's DJ Wanham, rather, who will record a sack. So Lewis Seen comes late on the safety blitz. DJ Wanham tries to get that ball out. Either way, it's a 3rd down. Stop and a sack by DJ Wanham. Crowd gets a little into it, and CJ Ham talking to Kevin O'Connell. That'll force a punt. Here's Mr. Anderson. 4th and 6. Punt is away. Wong Wu. No Simi Fehoko here. Gets the punt return duties. And we'll get up to the 21. That's where the team will take over. Minnesota, that is. Here comes Anthony Richardson. Lots of interceptions the last 3 games. You got to turn that around. 43 touchdowns on the year, most by a Vikings rookie ever. And it's not even close, but the interceptions are keeping him out of the MVP and the Offensive Rookie of the Year talks. I do believe it. Has a chance to hit 50 touchdowns on the season, but my heavens, you just got to eliminate those turnovers and you're sitting pretty. The team's 10-3. We're not complaining. Don't get it misconstrued in. Just kind of turnovers help nobody. Sam Laporta, man in motion right to left. Richardson out of the gun. He'll give it to Dalvin. Cuts up the middle. Carries a couple defenders. He'll get about 5. They'll give him 4. Last week, 42 carries, 196. And a touchdown. So as you prepare for the playoffs, you're going to have to give this guy a break at some point. I think if you win one more game, kind of seal up the NFC North, you sit him. I mean, you know what you have in Wongwu and Chandler. They're competent backs. Here's Dalvin Cook gets loose, completely fooling the defense to the right side after a big gainer, 16 yards and a first down. He's going into the bench, signaling first down, and there's Eric Kendricks getting the fans into it. We have the glass windows closed here in the radio booth because we know this would be a huge game for this team, and I'm glad we are, because I wouldn't be able to broadcast. Anyway, Richardson out of the gun again. This crowd is getting into it early and often. Richardson talks to the offensive line. Sam Laporta points. There's another give to Cook, who gains the edge. Dalvin Cook left side goes for a first down and plenty more. A 15-yard scamper and a Minnesota first down. So 15 yards back-to-back pretty much. Jukes out a couple defenders, and he'll get 2 first downs on his last run plays. Minnesota has yet to throw the ball. So Minnesota yet to throw the ball. So 1st and 10. There is a man in motion. It is Adam Thielen, left to right. Going all the way right, wide receiver. And it's another give. Dalvin slips 2 tackles and gets up first down again. 12 on that one. Wowzers. JJ throwing a good block down the field. Dalvin slipping a tackle through the middle. Trying to get it all plugged up. Not going to happen. Capping. And there There's that big game we're talking about just getting underway. Tampa and Atlanta. Number 1 seed at stake for Minnesota. We're all Atlanta Falcons fans. Skull Falcons. Here we go. Richardson under from the gun, rather. Dalvin Cook to his left. It is a give to the aforementioned Cook, who will now be humbled by a 3-yard gainer. Oh, my heavens. So a 3-yard gainer for Dalvin Cook. 2nd and 7. Richardson under center this time. And they'll throw it for the first time. Left side JJ, first down Minnesota. So he noticed something in the defense. They did not blitz. But anyway, he'll hit JJ for the first catch of the game. First pass, first catch, however you want to say it. And very, very good completion left side. So JJ gets involved. Anthony Richardson gets his first completion. And it's right back to the run. Dalvin Cook cut back left side. He will get a good amount of yardage. 4 yards on that one. My heavens. So JJ in the backfield. He will motion out. Richardson directing traffic. Is the snap. Quick throw. Left side. Caught JJ down inside the 5. He'll be marked down at the 4. So these quick throws to JJ on this route. Doing very, very well. Take a look at this one. Just a simple route. Kind of threw it behind him. But Justin Jefferson adjusts nicely. And Minnesota's now inside the 5. Just draining this clock. We're now going to be under 9 minutes if they take this thing down. Richardson tries to get him to jump. A little bit of movement across the offensive line. No flags. There's Dalvin slipping a defender, getting down to the 1, and Anthony Walker will go down. He's down to a knee. I don't know if he's faking or not, but we hope not. Minnesota down to the 1, 2nd and goal. And he's leaving the field holding his left wrist. So Richardson in the empty setback. It's the snap. He's going to take it himself, trying to get a hole. He gets in. So Anthony Richardson finds a hole in this offensive line, and he takes it. He's going to drink the tea with the pinky out and take a bow. Anthony Richardson will run for the Minnesota Vikings' first touchdown of the game. Oh my heavens. Stays on his feet, keeps the ball, bounces off a defender. Wow. So Minnesota, a big drive, only throwing it twice and taking up more than half of the quarter between these two first drives. My heavens. So 10 plays, of course, 8 of them being run plays. Now this weird pistol. It'll be a play action. Hurts down the middle, picked off Harrison Smith, and what the kids will call a user. And you heard it, Baru. Harrison Smith will take it away from you. Jaquelin Roy getting back there. Skull chance rained down, and he just went up and got it. Whoa! Little collision there. And so Harrison Smith across the middle. Anthony Richardson getting ready to come back onto the field. Almost had a pick. And here's Jaquelin Roy. He's back out there. Hurts, shotgun. Gets the snap. Jaquelin Roy flushes Hurts. And it is Lewis Cine will not get the pick. He'll pick it to Andrew Booth. Andrew Booth, his 3rd pick in 2 games. And Andrew Booth braces for a hit. We're going to return it right side. So, my goodness, right in front. Oh, I think he punched that coach right here. Daniil Hunter in the face of Hurts. Lewis Cine tips it, looks at his hands. What the hell? And then Andrew Booth will take it from there. My goodness, this is not going to work in the playoffs, let me tell you that much. Got to get it figured out, boys. There's a play action that goes nowhere, and DJ Wanham, 2nd sack of the game. And DJ Wanham feasting. Are they holding out Daniil Hunter for this one? 3.2 seconds is all that it took. Now, Minnesota, you can be a little less aggressive here. They will play press coverage. Hurts. Shotgun. Gets the snap. Short throw. Caught. Out of field goal range. That should just about do it. Good coverage down the field. And they're going to go for it, leaving the offense out there. Okay, they're going to go for a field goal. Nobody expects them to make it from the 50. Wow, it's good. No good? Is it good or no good? It's no good. It goes underneath the upright or the crossbar, just underneath. The officials no signal initially. They had to wait a minute, build some suspense, but it is a missed field goal. And the Vikings hold on to this 7-0 lead. Almost intercepted for a third time is Richardson. Down here in the red zone, he's got to be careful. Fake snap, not going to go. Minnesota, give to Cook. He will get in for number 16? 16 on the year, I do believe. And Dalvin Cook gets in there, stretches the ball over the line to gain, over the goal line, whatever you want to call it. Right there. Beautiful play by Dalvin Cook. As Minnesota, pending the kick, will take a 14-0 lead. Kevin O'Connell likes it. So, we didn't turn the ball over. And snap spot kick. We get 7 points out of the ordeal. Momentum fully on our side. 8 plays, 50-yard drives. These extended drives in these last 3 games by the Minnesota Vikings, very, very healthy to see. There's the Baru. And we'll see what they want to do here. Hurts from the gun. Gets the snap. Throws, picked off Cameron Dantzler, the interception leader for the Vikings. He'll wave goodbye and go into the end zone. Pick 6. Oh, Nelly, it's loud. Even with the windows closed, it is piercing. My goodness. So Minnesota, we are trying, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if y'all can hear me good or not. Minnesota pending the kick. Going up 21-0. It's good. Joey Sly, another extra point. And we have a 21-0 lead. 13:06 left to go in the first half. They will. Dye will just get 1 yard, and we have an opportunity here. And it's a block kick. Please get that ball, please. Eli Ricks will pick up his own block. One man to beat is the kicker. And there goes, actually it's Daniel Jones. There goes Eli Ricks picking up his own block for a return touchdown. The rookie, Eli Ricks. Do your dance, whoa. Hit your dance, bro. Take it to the house, kid. Minnesota, pending any weirdness, up 28-0. Oh, took it in the gut. Oh my goodness. And now it all rests on the leg of Joey Sly. 28-0. Kicks in the sky. It is good. So, do you call it utter domination? Because they have been ripping off big yard plays, but once they get down into our territory, like deep into our territory, we stop them. And Eli Ricks getting his first block in a regular season NFL game. He had one in the preseason. So Eli Ricks gets his first block for 6. That rhymed. I formation for the Giants here. Minnesota stacking that box up, expecting a run. There it is. He slips a tackle, and he won't get very far as Jaquelin Roy, first game back, first tackle. Love to see it. The rookie, Jaquelin Roy. Away with one there. Minnesota, big chance. Gets the snap. It is a run, and Kendricks will bring him down. They sent the house. Very, very dangerous call. Kendricks wasn't fooled, and we make this field goal a little bit more difficult. And I wonder if Janoris Robinson, he kind of got tripped up on Kendricks, kind of tripping him into Hurts. So Janoris Robinson causing almost a blunder there. And oh man, the blue-clad Santa Claus is chewing out the offensive coordinator. Oh no. Can we get another block, Eli? Do you have it in you, bro? The field goal to put him on the board. Snap spot kick. Oh, it's good. Okay, so 1 for 3 today. And Minnesota has an 18-point lead. Thunder will not strike twice for Eli Ricks. On 3rd and 1 now. So 3rd and 1, Minnesota, what do? DJ want him out there for this play. Hurts short throw, and big hit by Harrison Smith. He kind of just let it get caught, but either way, it's the end of the first half. I mean, 3 first half interceptions for Richardson despite being up 28-3. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. Anyway, halftime report. We actually play on a Sunday, so we can bring you some games in motion in Detroit. Very important game. Eagles handling Detroit so far, 21-10. Of course, the Lions' fate decides our number 1 pick, or first overall pick, so they're down. That's good. New England Patriots, losers near the half to Miami. Tua, a touchdown, and Jones with a pick. My goodness, must be nice. He only has 1. And then over in Indianapolis, the Colts dead squared tied with the Bengals, Super Bowl defenders. Both quarterbacks with a touchdown and a pick in that one. And welcome back into the booth. Oh boy. So Falcons owner with the score being what it is, coming into the Vikings fan line saying nightmare fuel because of the score. If you're a Falcons fan, you'll remember. So at the half, 28-3, history always repeats itself. Let's just hope that Minnesota Vikings can alter history here, and Jalen Hurts doesn't turn into Tomuel James Brady III. Anthony Richardson ends the first half with a QB rating of 47.8, despite going for 11 for 17. That is 64% completion percentage for those of you that didn't know how to do math or simply didn't look over here. Is 128 yards and no touchdowns, 3 picks, forcing the ball to JJ. And I don't know if it's the receivers not being in the right spot. I don't know if there's miscommunication, but the last 3 games, Richardson has not looked like the Richardson of prior to the bye week. Ever since the bye week, he's not the same. Now the team is getting wins. Don't get me wrong. We'll take the wins, but I want to see the rookie be successful, and this kind of play in the playoffs is not going to help you get to that final game in February. So yeah, tough outing for Richardson. I do believe if Minnesota scores 2 more touchdowns without an answer from New York putting this game on ice, I do believe we will see Malik Willis. I don't think Kevin O'Connell lets him throw 5 picks. Who knows? He's 11 for 17, 128. That's pretty good. Just can't have those interceptions and those mistakes. Dalvin Cook, don't expect to see him too much longer. 17 carries, 102 and a touchdown. Anthony Richardson, 2 carries, 11 yards and a touchdown. 5 broken tackles for Dalvin by himself. 3 wide receivers for Richardson. JJ, 4 catches, 43 yards. Adam Thielen, 4 for 31. And Tyler Johnson, 3 catches, targeted 5 times, 54 yards. That plays into those 2 drops. My goodness. So Tyler Johnson having a weird season. I think he's under 500 yards if I'm not mistaken. He's had a lot of drops, so that maybe plays into Richardson not going back to him when push comes to shove. Last year on 3rd down, he was so good. My goodness. Nobody cares about defense. Nobody cares about blocking. Going to go to defense and look at total tackles, and it's Eric Kendricks with 12, Harrison Smith with 7. Tackles for loss, we had a bunch. Kendricks and Wanham each have 2. Phillips, Asamoah, Lynch, and Roy, the rookie, each with 1. Sacks, we got 2 by DJ Wanham. My goodness. And then 1 by Eric Hendricks on the all-out blitz. 3 first-half picks, Dantzler, Smith, and Booth Jr. One of them being returned for a touchdown. We'll get into that soon. A pass deflection by Lewisine playing into the Andrew Booth Jr. pick. No forced fumbles, no fumble recoveries. We had 1 fumble recovery by Eli Ricks. Technically, it's a blocked kick. It's going to go down as a fumble for whatever reason. There's the blocked kick. Going for 6. So 2 defensive touchdowns for your Minnesota Vikings today. Eli Ricks and Cameron Dantzler. So there you go. Joey Sly in the kicking game first half. He was, wow, no field goals, all touchdowns. 4 for 4 on extra points. Hunter Nicewander, easy day. 1 punt, 51, netting 51. So his take-home pay matches his gross pay. One of them inside the 20. Yeah, I mean, if you score on those 3 interceptions down there now, let's keep in mind, all these interceptions have happened in the red zone. If you score on all those plays, it's 50-0. It's damn near 50-0. That is the polarizing reality of this game, but it's 28-3. So 3 unanswered points by the Giants. We'll take that. I mean, you want to have that blowout win. You can't play like you did in the first half if you're Anthony Richardson, and you really can't keep giving it to Dalvin. He's obviously having a career day, or on pace for a career day, but I'd save him for the playoffs. We'll see what they want to do. Once again, I am not the owner. I am just a speculator and a broadcaster. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you in just a minute. Hurts, big throw, touchdown over Dantzler, OBJ. Odell Beckham hitting the whipping nay-nay. Oh boy. Just burned Dantzler. I don't know what happened, but that's OBJ for you. Back on the Giants. Different quarterback, but same result. There's the snap spot kick. It's good. 28-10 now. There's the blue-clad Santa Claus. Randy Replay's a little discombobulated here. So, scheming for Dalvin, obviously. Richardson trying to get him to jump. Not going to happen. Gets the snap. Throws left. Wide open JJ. There is the 22nd gritty of the season. 1 off the record. What a play call. So, JJ in the split back shotgun. Gets free. All the safeties bite. Wide open. Justin Jefferson. 21st gritty. 1 off the record. Of course, the Bills are playing today. We'll have to fact check after the game, but as it sits now, to the best of Randy Replay's knowledge, 1 off the record. I don't believe, look at this drive, 11 plays, 81 yards. I do not believe Jamar Chase has a touchdown catch as of yet. So here we go. 35-10, no Dalvin Cook fourth quarter. We might not even see Anthony Richardson in the fourth quarter. If they score 1 more time, you got to believe Malik Willis will get an op. Information as soon as we can. Short of the line to gain was Jalen Hurts. Minnesota showing blitz. They come. And OBJ will get over Dantzler for his 2nd touchdown of the game. His teammate will wind him up. And he goes to Steppen. So over Dantzler. And goes behind him. Wow. So Odell Beckham Jr. 2nd touchdown of the game. New York comeback time. What? I don't think so. Snap spot kick is away. It's good. They got a long way to go. And a short time to get there. Hopefully they won't do what they say can't be done. Bruised ribs will return soon. But injury stricken defense, and gotta hold them out. Down 28-3, Giants comeback, imagine? Oh boy, Vikings fan line turning on Minnesota so early. Here in the third quarter, 5:39 left to go. It's already been confirmed Dalvin Cook will not play the fourth quarter. And Minnesota Vikings fan line a little questionative coming out of the second half break, as they should be. Dalvin's loose! Dalvin Cook is loose, and I think he heard you guys. I think Dalvin Cook is here in fan line, and that will be a 74-yard touchdown. And he's gonna strut his stuff on the boardwalk. My goodness, Dalvin Cook. My heavens. Next gen stats will bring you the rushing distance. My goodness, Randy Replay underjudged it. That is an 80-yard touchdown run. Not turning on the Vikings. Trust me, I don't want to see this happen. Yeah, how many times have we seen this happen? Minnesota goes up 35-0 to the Lions. Snap spot kick is away. Joey size kick is good, 42-17. And then they blow it in the fourth quarter. Yeah, when you don't know what you want to do, you become a radio analyst. So they're going to drop DJ Wanham in coverage. Jalen Hurts, would throw it away. And this to make it 42-20. They're trotting out the kicker. And the blue-clad Santa Claus has spent the majority of the game talking to their offensive coordinator. So 32-yarder snap spot kick. It is all good. 42-20, 12-point game. 22-point game. I'm not drunk, I swear. It is a 22-point game. Long move from the goal line. Has an opportunity. He'll take it right up to the 22. Have a game where we just don't have any issues here in the second half, but so far this year, not the case. Here's Hurts getting flushed. Throws short, caught. Guy fumbles, but it goes out of bounds. Hit Andrew Booth in the helmet. So we do force a fumble. It will go out of bounds. So Minnesota has hit the trifecta of defense and special teams. There you go. Doesn't count if you don't win the game. Got to do that. Here we go. Short throw picked off in what the kids would call a user. Eric Kendricks, 4 picks in the last 2 games. Oh, he's faking an injury and saluting. Oh my goodness. Kendricks in what the kids would call a user. Oh, just doubled back. He's in the right place, right time. Barkley will take him out. And out comes Minnesota again. Try and get this thing in. So Minnesota looking to punch this thing into the end zone. Richardson from the gun gets the snap. There's a throw left for Thielen. He will make the catch short of the line. That being the goal line. I guess technically you can get a first down here inside the 1, and Minnesota's going for it. So the coach maybe being a little bit too aggressive here. Who knows? Dalvin Cook out there tapping the buttock. Is Richardson. Throws left. Wide open Dalvin Cook. And Dalvin Cook holds his arms open, calls his team over. Oh, what's he doing? Okay, 1, 2, 3, Minnesota, NFC North champions. My goodness, they're calling their shot. So Richardson faked the QB run. Right side throws it to Dalvin underneath. 4th and goal. So Dalvin Cook kind of put this thing out of reach. 49-20. Snap spot kick. Joey Sly's extra point is good. And there you go. If you can't read that, I apologize. Split back formation. In Minnesota, you got to be careful here. Not to overcommit. Die in the backfield. Eric Kendricks will rip him down for the second time in this one. Eric Kendricks with a pick and 2 sacks. They overcommitted, but it worked. And Jalen Hurts, despite losing the ball, Okay, he was down. We're just making sure. Good job, Eric Kendricks. And they're going to go for it. This, for all intents and purposes, could be the game. 4th and 5. They're going to drop DJ Wanham in coverage. Middle of the field. Got to watch Tony here. Hurts flushed, and Hurts will run for the first. Getting hit by a host of Vikings, and my goodness. So another 9-yard gain in Minnesota. We'll try it again. And he goes right into Danielle Hunter. 21st sack on the year, Danielle Hunter. I do believe that puts him in sole owner of second, maybe tied for first. We'll check it after the game. I do believe he only needed a couple left. It's Danielle Hunter. I do believe he gave him a pat, saying, good job, buddy, but I got you. Yeah, there it is right there. On the left hip. So, right hip. Jeez. So 5:44 left to go. Counting down. Jalen Hurts under center. Will be a run play. And big missed tackles by Minnesota. Jaquelin Roy will finally bring him down. And Cam Dantzler goes dead arm. His arm went dead on the play. So Cam Dantzler goes down. 2 big injuries in this game. Jaquelin Roy back in on this play. Cam Dantzler being escorted to the back. His arm went dead. I'm thinking dislocated shoulder. So 4th and 2, Minnesota. Gonna trot out the defense. They're going for it again. Very important not to overcommit. Lewis Seen coming down. Everybody's showing blitz. It's a toss. Harrison Smith and Danielle Hunter will bring him down. No gainer. My goodness. Harrison Smith on the tackle. Here we go. It's a run play, and Dye will go to the right. Wide open. He'll score. Travis Dye. So this to make it 49-27. Snap, spot, kick. It is good. They're chipping. They are chipping away. And playing the onside kick. One of the best hands teams in the NFL. And it's, well, you don't want to see Tyler Johnson get that ball, but he holds on to it. So Minnesota plus territory from the 43. This from 53. This would be the most points scored by Minnesota if this is good. Joey Sly, snap, spot, kick. Ooh, sneaks in on the left side of the upright. Kind of angles towards the middle, and Joey Sly hits from 53 and gives us the most points scored by Minnesota, 52. Hitler goes down. Gain of 7. Big throw. Murphy Bunting puts the game away. There is your dagger on the sidelines. He's going to go out, and Minnesota will walk away victorious, 52-27. Oh, Murphy Bunting getting into it on that sideline personnel from Skull Chance rain down from the Giants. Well, let's watch the feet. Skull Chance. Rain down from the heavens, and now just a kneel down for Malik Willis. They'll end this one. Unless if they want to troll and take a timeout. I don't know why they would. It's over. So Malik Willis takes a knee. And now starts the countdown. Ladies and gentlemen, your Minnesota Vikings 11-3. And pending any weirdness going on in the Bucs game, will maintain number 1 seed here in the playoffs. We haven't gotten a score update in a while, so count it down with me while we wait. And there's a final in Las Vegas. Bills will pick up their 4th win. Speaking about 4, 3, 2, 1. There's the bowl game, 52-27. My goodness! Everybody drink in the moment. All right, can we get these shut? Thank you. We're gonna have to shut the windows here. So 11-3 football operation. JJ gets a touchdown, one off the record. We're gonna take a look at all the games, of course, and see what Jamar Chase did in the Bills game, as that one is wrapped up. The Bills victorious, getting their 4th win on the season. Gotta love to see it. Oh. My immediate reaction to this game, I almost want to call it an ugly win. I know there are such things as ugly wins in the space of the NFL, but when you win by 25 points, I mean, it's not considered an ugly win, like on paper, but we'll get into these player stats and we'll kind of see why I'm calling it that. So Anthony Richardson ends the game on a 75.7 QB rating. He was 20 of 29 statistically, completion percent-wise, his best game of the season at 68%, 228, kind of his lowest of the season, I do believe. We will fact-check that as well. 228 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 picks. My goodness. So bad. So 4 interceptions, the 3rd game in a row where he's had more than 2. This will not suffice in the playoffs. Let's be real. Minnesota got bailed out by the Vikings defense, scoring 3 touchdowns. Had they not, this game would be a 4-point swing here in the 4th quarter. So Minnesota's defense helping him pad the lead a bit there here early and often. Malik Willis comes in in the 4th quarter. He was 1 for 2, 9 yards and a pick. Ouch. Dalvin Cook, 29 carries, almost a full day of work. Of course, that full day marker being 32, which is what you want to see from a starter. So he's definitely carried it more. He's definitely carried it less. 203 yards and 2 touchdowns. I do believe that gives him 15 and 16 on the year. 9 broken tackles in this one. That has been the focal point of the early running for Dalvin, the amount of broken tackles. Kenny Nwangwu came in, 13 minutes left to go here in the 4th quarter. 6 carries in that amount of time for 20 yards in his first extended amount of playing time this season. Anthony Richardson, 4 carries, 34 yards and a touchdown. Malik Willis, 1 on the kneel down for -1 yards. And then JJ on that pesky end around, 1 carry, 2 yards. Receiving, we've added a couple wide receivers to this list. We'll tell you who they are in just a minute. Adam Thielen, 6 catches, 52 yards. Wow. Kind of held in check. JJ, 6 for 80, 1 touchdown. Tyler Johnson, 4 for 63. Sam Laporta, 4 for 39. And Dalvin Cook, 1 for 3 with a touchdown, channeling his into Randy Moss. Of course, we say that when the player has the most, or has the same catches and touchdowns. Nobody, and I mean nobody, and I mean nobody cares about blocking. Going to go to defense, look at total tackles, and we get a quadruple double. For those of you that are just catching up or don't know what that means, it's kind of like basketball. You know, you got 4 players with double-digit tackles, it's a quadruple double. You got 2, it's double-double. It's 3, it's triple-double, and then anything else over that, I mean, what the hell's going on that offensive side of the ball? Eric Kendricks with a season-high 18 tackles. Harrison Smith with 12. Murphy Bunting with 11. Andrew Booth Jr. with 10. Hicks and Scene with 6. Rhymed? Lots of rhymes today for Randy Replay. Leading the league in rhymes. Best believe that's not a crime. Daniil Hunter, Jaquelin Roy coming off of injury. He did get injured in this one. I don't think he's going to be out for any specific amount of time or extended. But those 2 gentlemen get 5 tackles. And then Josh Metellus and DJ Wanham each had 4 tackles for loss. Ooh, we had a bunch. Eric Kendricks with 3, Wanham and Hunter with 2, Smith, Phillips, Asamoah, Lynch, and Jaquelin Roy with 1. Sacks, we got back there a couple more times in the second half. Eric Kendricks with 2, DJ Wanham with 2, Daniil Hunter with 1. Do believe that puts him at 21 on the season. We'll check all that after the game. Interceptions. We had 5 on defense today. Murphy Bunting with there's your dagger. Not really needed, but what do we care? Cameron Danzler, Harrison Smith, Andrew Booth Jr., and Eric Kendricks all had interceptions. So all the QBs involved, well, combined for the Vikings throwing 5, and Jalen Hurts threw 5, so oh boy. 5 interceptions for both teams in this one. So the plus take, or the give take will be even. And I do believe Minnesota is losing that battle for their season. Pass deflections, we only had 1 by Lewis Seen that was tipped and picked by Andrew Booth Jr. We had 1 block kick by Eli Ricks. No safeties and 2 defensive touchdowns. Eli Ricks will turn the block kick into 6. Hey, that rhymed. And then Cameron Danzer will get a pick 6 of his own. Kicking, Joey Sly added a field goal from 53 to kind of put this thing on ice or pad the lead so that it would be on ice in the fourth quarter. And then 7 for 7 on extra points. Hunter Nicewander came in 2 punts in the second half. 150, netting 42, with 2 of them inside the 20. Wong Wu, 5 returns, 117 yards. Longest of 29, Tyler Johnson got one on the onside kick. And punt return, we have not seen Simi Fehoko, I do believe that's how you say it, or Fehoko, since last week. No punt returns for Simi in this one. It's all Kene Wongwu, 3 for 18, longest of 9. So I do hope we do get Simi back for the punt return game. He's very good at it. Of course, Wongwu's good as well, so it's going to have a rotation, I guess, but can't beat that 6'4" size. Hard to bring down. The fans are still here. They're still celebrating as your Minnesota Vikings await the ending of the Packer game for playoff seeding purposes. And then, of course, we got the Bucs game to watch as well. Once again, your Minnesota Vikings 11-3 operation, victorious today 52-27. I'm here to tell you the preceding presentation was a presentation of the NFL on the SSN. Any rebroadcast, redistribution, or reusage of said broadcast is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of the NFL, the SSN, or any of its or their subsidiaries. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you in just a moment. 11-3 football. Let's go. Hello and welcome back to the main screen. Randy Replay here, back, Dak, Stack, Prescott with you again. I made a mistake. Imagine that. Randy Replay's been doing it all day. He's been doing it all season. He's been doing it all franchise. Not 11-3 football. Let's go. Or it's 11-4 football. There we go. Minnesota has not yet clinched the number 1 seed, but with a win, despite the Packers winning, Minnesota has clinched the NFC North and our NFC North division champions. So there you go. Had to wait for the Packers game to be resolved. They won, but it doesn't matter. The best they could do is 10 wins on the season. Minnesota getting 11 and locking up the North. But as far as the playoff picture goes, take a look at it, see if any movement happens. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some movement. Ooh, the Cardinals have overtaken the Falcons. No, the Cardinals have Okay, I get it now. The Packers have overtaken the Falcons for the 6th seed. The Saints bumped up to number 5. And then the Cardinals jump up to number 7. Minnesota still the 1st seed with a 1-game lead, a Bucs loss, and a Vikings win, and we clinch the NFC first round bye. So for now, the Falcons have been bounced from playoff competition. They still have 2 games to get back in. We're going to take a look at everything NFC playoff picture. We really haven't been paying any attention to the AFC because any team that we follow is not represented. I mean, the Broncos still have it. I do believe there is some movement. The Colts will jump to third. The Raiders, I'm not sure if they were in it. The Patriots are the 7th seed. But let's go into these little standings here for the NFC, which is just a tight race any way you look at it. So for the NFC, the Vikings clinch their division. Of course, they are the only team in the NFC to do so because everywhere else it is tight as can be. So the Buccaneers 10-5. Actually, let's just go through by division because that'll be easier. So the NFC North, Vikings clinch. We said it 4 times already. Packers will finish 2nd place. Pending any weirdness, the Bears, 3rd place, and then the Lions, who we have their number 1 overall selection. If they could just... They're on a 2-game slide. I do believe we're sitting at pick number 6 now, so if they could just keep losing, that'd be great. We'll go to the NFC South, where the Buccaneers are first, 10-5. The Saints, or the Aints, however you want to call it, are 9-6. And then the Falcons are 8-7 with 2 games left to go. So the Falcons have an opportunity. The Saints have an opportunity. The Panthers, mathematically, are eliminated. So there you go. From both playoff contention and... Well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, pending any weirdness, every team in the division loses the last 2, and the Panthers win the next 2. I mean, they could jump the Saints, depending on what the rest of the NFC does for that 6 seed spot. So, I mean, the NFC is such a crazy battle every single year. And ladies and gentlemen, the NFC East has a team above 500. It is the Dallas Cowboys. Ouch. The Rams 9-6. Cardinals 8-7. That's the magic number to get into the 7th seed now. Just depends on the tiebreakers, but the Falcons tied with that 7th seed Cardinals. So Cardinals need to lose, Falcons need to win, and then the Saints would need to lose. There's still time, still 2 weeks left to go, but the Falcons need to win out to have any shot, depending on the tiebreakers, of course. And then in the AFC, it's a little bit different. You got the Browns clinching their division. The Bengals, Super Bowl defending, reigning, head of the table champions. 8-7, Ravens 7-8, and then the Steelers warming up that basement of that division 4-11. You got the AFC South where the Colts have clinched. And that's just the polarizing difference from the AFC to the NFC. You got multiple teams in the AFC that have clinched. In the NFC, there's just your Minnesota Vikings. So pat yourselves on the back. We'll give you some claps, and my goodness. The Jaguars, 5-10, Texans 5-10, and then the Titans 4-11. Of course, they pulled the upset of the Bucks, giving us that 1-game lead for the number 1 seed. Hey, that rhymed. Oh my gosh. The Dolphins 9-6, tied with the Patriots, but because of the tiebreakers, the Patriots are the higher ranked seed. The Jets 8-7, the Bills 4-11. So the best the Bills could do is 6-11 on the season. We are definitely rooting for that, as they're on a 1-game win streak, taking down the Las Vegas Raiders, who are really still in the mix. 12-3, the Broncos clinch with Mr. Unlimited Broncos Country. Let's ride. Chargers 9-6, Raiders 9-6, Chiefs 8-7. So the Bills definitely pulling the biggest upset of their season. Beating a playoff team, you gotta hope for them to be in the mix next season, as now they have, well, gone up 400% in win percentage. We're just gonna say that. So that is just about it for the NFL playoff race. Especially in the NFC, it's always tight because you got these good teams. But the Minnesota Vikings will welcome in the Chi-Town Bears at a 6-9 record. We do have some things to get to before I sign off. Weekly awards. It's tripping. So Eric Kendricks for the 2nd straight week. Week 15, he had 3 picks, 11 tackles. This week, 18 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 pick, 1 forced fumble. Holy shit. Wow. So there you go. NFC offensive player, NFC defensive player of the week, Eric Kendrick. NFL offensive player of the week, Baker Mayfield, 20 for 22, 251, 5 touchdowns. Wowzers, must be nice. 23 of 32, 332, 3 touchdowns, 2 sacks for Mahomes. And then Mr. Fuller, 18 tackles, 1 sack, 2 picks, one of them going for 6. So he sharing that pick 6 variety. So there you have it. Week 16 players of the week. Eric Hendricks, I do believe that is his second. Yeah, it's only his second. Andrew Booth, of course, getting it. JJ, my goodness, what a game. Week number 1 against the Packers. Week number 1 against the Bears, I mean. Sorry. That was last year. I swear I'm not drunk. Randy Replay just riding the high of 11-4, not 11-3. Almost could have been 11-5. We were 10-5. We were kind of scared going into the last quarter of this one. So on the docket for the NFL, last 2 weeks of the season, we need Detroit to play upset of the century as they go to Tampa Bay. We can clinch the NFC number 1 seed if Detroit pulls off the upset of Tampa Bay. The Packers need to lose to the Cowboys. That'll be a good one. Atlanta will take on Carolina in a big divisional game. Of course, if Atlanta loses, that really hurts their chances of getting back in. And then the 6 and 7 seeds will go at it as Arizona will take on Nolans. I'm going to fact check my work. No, the 5th and the 7th. 6 being the Packers. So the 5th and the 7th seeds will go at it. The Saints and the Cardinals. I was almost right. And then, of course, other big games. You got Buffalo at Pittsburgh, the battle of the 4-11s. Pittsburgh, the losers of their last couple. So Buffalo with a big opportunity there. For the leaders of the NFL, Josh Allen leads in terms of yardage by 114 yards. Anthony Richardson, 5 touchdowns away from 50. He already has the franchise record for most touchdowns thrown by a rookie for the Vikings. And 5,600 yards, I do believe he's set that bar as high as he can as well. So just got to eliminate those turnovers. In terms of rushing, it's Najee Harris edging out Dalvin Cook by 65 yards. Dalvin Cook 2 touchdowns away from 20. And both men over 500 carries. And then in the receiving game, this is the big worry I had. Justin Jefferson, 22 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 22 touchdowns. They both are at the record. The record is 23. No, the record's 22. You need 23 to set it. So both men neck and neck. It's all about who's going to get it. I don't think Minnesota will keep JJ in the final game, especially if they clinch that number 1 seed. So JJ, you have 1 game to get like 5 or 6 touchdowns here if you want to go for that record. And then in terms of the sack leaders, it is Danielle Hunter, who just signed a massive $65 million deal, 3 years. I do believe that is the final tally number, maybe 63, who knows. Chase Young, he trails him by 2 sacks for the lead. And then Cameron Dantzler just getting absolutely thwarted by Trayvon Diggs. 5 behind. And then I do believe, I don't know why Eric Hendricks doesn't show up there. We're going to go to defense. Look at total tackles. And the number to beat is 144. And Eric Hendricks, we have 2 players that are over 144 that aren't showing up when we go to the NFL. Oh, there they are. Okay, they're just not showing at the on the main screen. So, okay. So 176, the official total for Eric Hendricks. Good for number 1. Jeremy Chin for number 2, 162. TJ Edwards, 161. Harrison Smith, 161. Tremaine Edmonds, 157. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Top 5 all user teams. My goodness. So there you have it. There's your season totals. 2 more weeks left to go. Anthony Richardson, 400 yards away from a 6,000-yard season. Dalvin Cook, 70 yards away from a 2,500-yard season. My goodness. Najee Harris, obviously, edging him out in that category. He is 5 yards away from 2,500. You got to believe he's going to get it. One more game left to go, pending any holdouts for the last game of the season. Last chance to see what you got. So what you see is what you get. The Bears and the Lions both at home for the Vikings. Kickoff 7 Sunday at 1 p.m. This has been Randy Replay. Once again, your Vikings victorious 11-4 operation, 52-27. I will see you in the next one. Hopefully I won't make any mistakes.